So I spent 8 hours in the same room with Warren Buffett, the legendary Oracle of Omaha and one of the world's greatest investors. And this was in US just a couple of weeks ago. To give you a bit of background, Warren Buffett is a legendary investor and chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. He's known for his impressive investment record, down-to-earth lifestyle, and obviously wisdom. So he has attained quite a bit of following when you look at his 60-year record of investing. Now, he's often referred to as the Sage of Omaha. He's not just known for his investment record, but also for his wisdom and his way of life. Now, here are a few surprising facts about Warren Buffett. Number one, he bought his first stock when he was just about 11 years old. I mean, when people were playing. Two, he was rejected by Harvard Business School. 3, he's lived in the same house since 1958. I mean, when you think about billionaire, you're thinking about mansions and vacations and homes and expensive cars, but that's never been Warren Buffett. He's been living in the same house, bought it for about $31,500, which is a 5-bedroom house. And one of the most interesting things is that though he's worth $136 billion today, over 90% of his net worth was made above 60 years of age. Now, don't get me wrong, he was already wealthy at 50, but Warren Buffett accumulated 99% of his net worth above 50. He wasn't a billionaire even until he was 56. And he says it this way: the biggest thing about money is if you're patient and you wait, you don't have to be particularly smart to do well. Well, I know not many of you are willing to wait till 60 to become a billionaire. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to share what I learned attending Berkshire Hathaway conference, shareholders meeting in Omaha. Now, welcome to MoneyWise Doctor channel. Here we share financial insights and tips to help doctors and healthcare professionals like you make smarter financial decisions. So, having just attended the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting in Omaha, Nebraska, in USA, I picked up a few things I'd like to share with you. Now, there's so much wisdom that Warren Buffett shared, but he was on stage with other Berkshire leaders like Ajin Jain and Greg Ebel. Of course, he spoke about his late friend, Charlie Munger, who passed away at almost 100 years of age, and I highlighted a lot of contributions that Charlie made to building Berkshire Hathaway. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without mentioning some of his sayings, like, if they weren't so stupid, we wouldn't be so rich. Now, one significant announcement that was made was that Berkshire has sold his entire stake in Paramount and reduced its Apple stake by about 13%. But even though that was said, Warren Buffett assured investors that they still intend to hold a big stake in Apple. There are other things that were discussed, including the direction of the insurance business and also how much Warren Buffett's opinion about AI, comparing its potential impact to that of nuclear weapons. He also noted that Berkshire is staying away from cybersecurity insurance due to its complexity. Now, enough of that background. Let's look at the 10 top lessons I learned from Warren Buffett. Lesson 1, the power of long-term investing. Now, Warren Buffett emphasized the importance of long-term investing. He advised shareholders to focus on companies with strong fundamentals and to hold on to their investments for the long haul. This approach allows investors to benefit from compound growth, and it will allow you to weather short-term market volatility. A very clear example is Buffett's long-term investment in Coca-Cola, which he made, I think, in 1988. It's generating about $736 million in dividend income for his company just in a year. Now, that's some good income. Now, level 2, invest in what you understand. Now, it's easy to get carried away with the trend, crypto, so many things, AI, and it's fine if you understand it, but this is not the Buffett way. Warren Buffett stressed the importance of investing in businesses that you understand clearly, and by focusing on what you understand, you're more likely to be able to avoid unnecessary risk and invest in where you have competence. Example, Warren Buffett was reluctant to invest in technology stocks during the dot-com bubble. It led to some people labeling him as old and outdated. However, time proved him right. He didn't invest in dot-com companies at that point due to his lack of understanding of the tech industry, which ultimately saved him from a lot of losses. Of course, later he made his massive investment in Apple, which is still his largest position, even after he reduced it recently. Now let's look at lesson 3, the importance of management quality. So according to Buffett, the quality of a company's management team is a critical factor in determining the long-term success. Now, he suggests that investors look for companies with competent, honest, shareholder-friendly management teams. Obviously, he praised management teams for his top holdings like Apple, and Tim Cook was there as well, CEO of Apple, and also other Berkshire Hathaway leaders were also there. And he praised them. Now let's look at lesson 4. Be patient and disciplined. This one is non-negotiable if you want to be a long-term value investor. Discipline and patience is really quite key. Now, instead, it's better to stick to well thought out investment strategy. When you're taking an investment, when you want to take a position, when you want to invest in common stocks, the idea is to think about it as something you intend to hold forever. And if you're not able to do that, then it's best to just buy index funds and hold it till you retire. Lesson 5: the value of a strong economic moat. Now, Warren Buffett highlighted the importance of investing in companies with a strong economic moat, a sustainable competitive advantage that protects them from competitors. Of course, this can include things like brand, reputation, patents, network effects, or cost advantages. Let me give you a simple example. Apple has a really strong moat in the brand. For an average iPhone user like you, maybe, I can't convince you to change your phone to something cheaper or even a better alternative. You just don't care and you buy an upgrade each time. So, an iPhone user, if you're listening to this and nodding, I know it's hard to get you to change from Apple. So, this in itself, in combination with all the subscriptions you could lose, actually makes Apple quite a good brand. The same with Coke. You're not going to drink something cheaper that you don't know the name just because it's cheaper. So this makes those kind of brands really quite long-term plays for investment. Now let's look at number 6. Focus on cash flow and profitability. Now, Warren Buffett emphasized the importance of cash flow and profitability over revenue growth. He advised investors to prioritize companies that generate consistent cash flow and have a track record of profitability. Now, this is bread and butter investment. You have to decide, are you going for growth companies, new tech companies who are burning through cash, or ones that have actual profit? It's something for you to think about. Now, let's look at lesson 7. Avoid excessive debt. Now, Warren Buffett warned against investing in companies with excessive debt, as high leverage can lead to financial instability and increased risk. He advised looking for companies with strong balance sheets and manageable debt levels. This is understandable. Even Berkshire Hathaway is holding a large chunk of cash. I think their cash reserves is about $189 billion waiting to be deployed. So think about it, even in your own personal life, be careful with debt. Lesson 8: the importance of ethical business practices. So Buffett stressed the importance of ethical business practices and corporate governance. He believes that companies that prioritize integrity and transparency are more likely to succeed in the long run. I agree with him. Obviously, lesson 9 is adaptability and willingness to learn. So Warren Buffett acknowledged the importance of being adaptable and being willing to learn from mistakes. Encourage investors to stay curious and continuously seek knowledge, to improve your investment decisions. For example, Warren Buffett did not invest in a lot of technology companies before he invested in Apple. I think about 2016, but he was able to, open his mind and learn more about technology. That's how he found Apple. Now, the final lesson, lesson 10, the value of shareholder communication. I don't know if this one affects you as an individual investor, but he believes that it's important for management teams and businesses to communicate clearly with their shareholders. Obviously, Warren Buffett himself is quite a good, strong communicator. If you look at his shareholder letters, if you look at obviously his communication, how he communicates is really quite important. So, in conclusion, attending Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting 2024 was an enlightening experience for me, offering valuable lessons from one of the greatest investors of all time. And there were over 30 to 40,000 people in attendance as well. So it was good fun to meet other people who have the same investment philosophy. Now, whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting, these insights from Warren Buffett can help guide your investment strategy and improve your financial decision making. Now, if you found these lessons helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell for more financial insights that can help you make smarter financial decisions. Now, which of these lessons resonated with you? Check the comments and leave a comment. Let me know which lessons resonated with you. And if you're interested in getting my weekly emails covering areas like investing for doctors and how to make smarter financial decisions, check the link in the description to subscribe to MoneyWise Doctor weekly newsletter. All right, well, thank you for hanging around and till next week. All right then, bye-bye.